it's your girl Cute Ass Corey, and I'm back here with another video for you girls. As requested, I'm going to talk about how I got kicked out of JROTC in high school. And if you don't know what JROTC is, I don't know the full abbreviation for it or whatever you want to call it, but it's like it's something that preps you for going into the military if you wanted to after you got out of high school, and it helps you, I guess, to rank up faster, whatever the case is. But me being the rebellious soul that I am, that just was not for me. So I'm gonna give you a spill on that. So hi, hello, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Corey Shy, and I am transgender. Feel free to follow me on my wonderful journey and grow with me. Go ahead and hit the subscribe and notification bell so that way you can be notified when I make new posts. So we can go ahead and get into this video. Ooh, so I think I was in ninth grade. I went to Shoemaker High School in Killeen, Texas, and there was this program, JROTC or whatever, because I couldn't really figure out what the fuck I wanted to do or what I was interested in, and it was just like so much. But I decided to give that a try. Why? I don't know, but I did. And I knew I wasn't gonna like it from jump, because for one, I already hate being told what to do. So with me hating being told what to do and going into something where I'm going to get told what to do a lot, is just like it really wasn't gonna work for me. So I kind of set myself up for that failure. But girl, you live and you learn, and it was what it was, and it is what it is, and that's that on that, girl. I had to learn the cadet creed and stuff, and it's just like this thing that you have to say like every day, and like in class you have to say like every morning. We all would like stand up and say it or whatever, and I sat at the back of the class because for one, I hate getting called on. I didn't like being the center of attention. I didn't like none of that, even though when it came to like that, certain things that would go around the class and everybody would have to like do or say something or whatever, right? So it was like I only had probably about 2 people that I liked in that class. Everybody else I really didn't talk to. I didn't really, I don't know, I hated the class so much. And then my sergeant, teacher, whatever you want to call it, he just was tall and he was mean, and he was so like masculine and, you know, all that other shit, girl. And I wasn't here for it. And at that time, I was a boy. I wasn't even like out as gay yet. I was like coming into being like DL or whatever, but I was like still trying to pose as being something I wasn't, because I wasn't that comfortable with myself just yet. So girl, I feel like I got picked on a lot because I was super feminine, and he was just trying to like man me up, whatever the case was, girl. I don't know. But girl, he just like always was like steady picking on me. He always had something to say to me, girl, and I really didn't like it. So we weren't in class with everybody who was in the program, because it was like a lot of students. And then, you know, you had like the drill team, which actually I was interested in. I wanted to do that. There was a drill team, there's a flag team, unless that's the same thing, I think. I don't know, girl, don't quote me on that. But it was like, I don't know, it was an experience. But I think I wanted to do the flags, or I wanted to do the drill. The drill team was when they spin the guns. I remember that. They were spinning the guns, girl. And you had to like do a little march or whatever outside. And the flags, they were spinning the flags too. Unless that's the same thing. I really don't know. I don't remember. But it was something like that, girl. And it was just like, you could work your way up to, you start as like a private cadet or whatever. You could like work your way up to other shit. That's from what I can remember. So I don't know, like I never paid attention. I didn't understand anything. They were just like trying to teach us stuff about like, I think the American law. Girl, I don't know, bro. It was so much that I was not into. It was not me. I couldn't handle the shit. It was just a lot, like, and I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I hated being told what to do. And then there was like other kids in there who were bossy, and I didn't like that. I already had to be told what to do by adults. So for me to be told what to do by bossy ass kids who are either the same age as me, or like somebody a year older than me, or even younger than me, because there was people who were of a higher rank but that was younger. But like, I don't know, because I had flunked the grade anyway, and I was like 5th grade. I have flunked 5th grade. So if y'all want a story time on that, let me know, girl, and I will tell you about how that went. But yeah, I had flunked the grade or whatever, and I was like above like my age. Like I was a lot older than a lot of the kids that was in my class. So you know what I'm saying? You know how that goes, girl. But anyways, so I was constantly getting in trouble. I was never in uniform. They wanted me to like wear these big ass boats, and I had to wear this suit, and it was so hot, and then we had this hat. I really hated it. I really like could not do it. I could not remember the cadet creed for nothing. I honestly, I think like after a while, like right before I got kicked out of it, I actually did start to remember. But by then, of course, it was like irrelevant because of the simple fact that, girl, I was finna get kicked out of the program anyway, so it was pointless for me to even remember it, and it really wasn't a factor at that time. Remember this one specific thing that really like got me to not liking the whole thing, the whole shebang. Remind you, we could not have our hats off when we were outside. We could not like be out of uniform, you know, we had to be buttoned up, belts had to be tight, girl, the hats had to be on. It was real structured, like it was real disciplined, and it was just like a bunch of bullshit that I just was not here for, and I was not into it. Oh girl, I got a new subscriber. Hey girl, Isioma, is that how you say it? Isioma, girl. Hey, shout out to you, girl. It was just so much, and then like I had to walk home, and I lived like hella far, girl. I lived so far from where my school was, and it was a long ass walk. And bitch, I think we had to wear our uniform thingies like every Thursday, if I can remember. It was either every Thursday or like every Friday. We had to wear it like I don't know. We had to wear it like often. So I remember one day specifically, it was this kid of a higher rank than me. You know, all the kids who walked home, who were in the program, they were all in uniform. But it was just this one specific day, girl. It was so motherfucking hot, bitch. And I could not do it. I was so hot outside. And I had a long ass walk. I was already sweating. I think I had a bad day that day. I was already over it. I was over the uniform. I was carrying something, whether in my book bag, it was something. It was something I was carrying that was a lot. And them damn boats, me trying to walk in them boats, them shiny shoes, you know them shoes. I think they taught us how to spit shine it, but girl, I wasn't even do that shit, girl. What the fuck, I look like spitting on my motherfucking shoes, and girl, I wasn't even do that stuff, girl. But it was like some other people that were doing that shit, but girl, I was not. I just didn't want to do none of the stuff they were telling me how to do. So okay, back to that story where I was walking home. I was walking home. I had unbuttoned my shirt, girl. It was hot. I untucked the shirt. It was like I took the hat off. And I want to say I took off my shoes too, because I had an extra pair of shoes in my backpack, because I knew I had to walk home, and I knew that it was going to be a lot for me. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do, you know. So we had got like past the school, across the street a little bit. We got, you know, a few blocks down, whatever. And this one kid who was of a higher rank than me, and I want to say he was in a, I don't know if he was in the same grade as me, or if he was a grade higher than me. I can't remember that part, but I do remember that he was either my age, he was younger. I think he was my age, but he was a higher rank than me, and he was very much a teacher's pet, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that had pissed me off about the whole situation, because like you kiss ass and you're a teacher's pet, and you're not gonna, girl, he threatened me to tell my first sergeant, and he was like, if you don't put your uniform back on, I'm gonna, you know, tell blah 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 blah. You know, I'm gonna tell your first sergeant or whatever that you are. I don't know how. I don't know if it's first sergeant. I don't know. I think it was first sergeant. Don't quote me on this. If you're in the military and you know about this, or if you were in JROTC yourself, I don't know. I think it was something like that. But he just said some bullshit that pissed me off. Basically, he said he was gonna snitch on me because I was not in uniform while I was walking home. And I was not having it, girl. So I went off of him. I said, it's hot. I don't care. You can tell him. Like, he just, like, he kept pressing me about it. And this boy literally followed me all the way home. He followed me to my front yard. So we walk in or whatever. He's steady, you know, like, following me. And, I mean, we weren't getting into it or anything. But he was walking behind me. I can understand why. I don't know if he lived close to me or something, which I didn't care. I was trying to get home. I was hot. I was hungry. The uniform was really taking over me, and it was just too much, girl. So long story short, girl, we're in my front yard, and he's just saying all this extra stuff, right? He's still talking to me, and I'm like, look, if you do not go away, and if you step foot on my front yard, I'm going to beat your ass, and I don't care if I get in trouble. Like, I never cared about getting in trouble. Like, that never was a thing for me. Like, I didn't care about getting in trouble at all. I was just over it. And eventually, the boy ended up walking home. But I think he told my first sergeant, and I got in trouble for that the next day. And I didn't care. I didn't press it because I was like, you know what? I was, you know, being blatant absolutely disrespectful and I was rude, and it had nothing to do with America personally. I understand that probably was against some kind of laws or whatever, but I just didn't care. I was hot. I didn't care about none of that. So, and then I felt like, girl, only in high school. It's like I'm not really in the military, and I wasn't taking the shit serious. And I really didn't even want to do the course. I eventually realized that it wasn't something that was for me, you know? So I had went back to school the next day, and I remember he was talking to me. I forgot how it worked. If you got like in enough trouble, I don't know. I didn't get a referral for that, but it's like it was like a lot of little things that he kept writing me up for, which also sent me to alternative school, but I'll get into that in a minute. I was pretty, like, I wasn't a bad kid, but I did get into a lot of the teachers because I had a problem with conforming and listening, and I always wanted to do what I wanted to do. Can nobody tell me shit? And that's just how it went, and that was just that on that, girl. I just, like, I did not want to listen to nobody for nothing because, for one, I had a lot going on at home, and I was already distracted, and I went to school, and I hated school. I had bad anxiety. I got picked on. Well, not really picked on, but, well, I guess you could say picked on. Like, I got teased a lot because I was, like, you know, super feminine and stuff. And it just, like, it was so much with me being in school. It just, like, everything else was just, like, icings on the cake. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was always late to, I think we had PT. Or it was something that we had to do, show up for, and I was late for it. I think it was PT. I was late for it all the time. I could never do shit right. I was always getting, what do they used to call it? They used to call it, not corrections, was it counseling? It was counseling, correction. It was something where they talk to you. They gave me a counseling statement, girl, and I just hated, like, I was not trying to hear none of this shit that nobody had to say to me. And then, like, when we had to do our little march, I knew we had to do our marches, and I was always off key. Like, I was so distracted, and it just was like, I hated it. It was not a good experience for me. And then after I started realizing, like, I didn't like this, I didn't want to be in this, like, I would much rather be, girl, I would rather be in choir, or I would rather be in the art class, girl. I don't know, I couldn't, that wasn't for me, you know. But, girl, trying to be a man, girl, y'all don't mind this, my face, like, don't. I tried to drink some water today, but I don't know what's going on with my skin. My skin always got some shit going on. And it's just like, anyway, back to the story, girl. But yeah, girl, it's just like, it was just crazy to me because I could never understand, like, why everybody was, like, always just on my case. I feel like I got picked on personally being in that program. I feel like everybody was, like, always fucking with me. Like, I didn't understand why. So I always had an attitude. And then I didn't have a belt. Number one, I didn't have a belt, and number two, I was trying to, you know, act like something I wasn't. I tried trying to fit in and stuff with the boys, so I was always sagging because I used to wear baggy pants. Yes, girl, that was me. I used to wear baggy pants, and I was sagging and stuff, girl. And he used to write me up for that, and he wrote me up a few times for sagging. And then I remember the very last time he wrote me up for sagging, he was like, "We're gonna go ahead and talk to your, you know, your scheduling counselor or whatever, and we're gonna see about getting you put in, you know, a different elective because this obviously is not working out for you." And I was more than happy. I was cool with that. You know, after that, I was smiling, and everything of that sort, girl. So after he turned in my referral slip, that was my last strike, girl, because I kept getting in trouble in other classes. And plus I had a bad record of skipping school, skipping class, and my skipping was terrible, bitch. I had I had to go to court for that and everything, but it was like real crazy. So he wrote me up or whatever, and then I had to go to the counselor or whatever. So the scheduling counselor, I forgot what it was. We talked about it, and they were just like, okay, well, you know, we can put you in something else because obviously, you know, this isn't working for you. You keep getting in trouble. And they were asking me, like, you know, if I wanted to, what I wanted to do, and I don't remember what it was, but we figured something out. But I remember, I think it was my last day in that class, or I started the new thing, whatever it was, but I got called to the principal's office. And basically, we had to sit down and basically like, oh, hey, guess what? We're gonna, you know, send you the alternative because you got this many referrals, blah, 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 blah. And bitch, I was like, y'all got me fucked up, girl. Like, it was the end of freshman year. It was the last month of freshman year, too. I remember exactly because I had did my 30 days in alternative school. If you think you were like a story time about my experience in alternative school, girl, let me know, and I can do a story time for that about that too. But anyways, girl, so yeah, them motherfuckers had me go to alternative school for the last 30 days of my freshman year. It really was 45 days that I got sentenced to, but since I, had good behavior, because I was such a good kid, they let me out early, girl, and I got to get out in 30 days. So I didn't have to go to school for like the last 2 weeks, I don't think. But girl, yeah, it was just crazy. Like, and after that, I used to see him in the hallways, the big tall sergeant teacher or whatever. He used to always say hey to me or whatever, or wave, or it was just one of those mutual things, and that was that on that, girl. He obviously knew I was different. He knew I was real feminine. He probably knew I was going to end up being gay or whatever the case is, girl. He probably didn't know I was going to turn to the wall, but that's just another story for another day, girl. But yeah, and it was just like, it was just a crazy experience. And from that point on in my life, that's when I knew that I was so rebellious, and I really had problems with listening to people, and I did not like being told what to do ever since then. I mean, I hated it before, but that kind of just really like was the tip of the iceberg, girl. I hated being told what to do. I could not deal with that shit. Like, that shit, even to this day, like, I have a problem with I don't like being told what to do. Don't tell me what the fuck to do, bitch. But I mean, if I have to, I will, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm grown, I'm an adult, and if I gotta be told what to do, I will listen to people and do what the fuck I'm told. But for the most part, I don't like being told what to do. And it was just, yeah, it was just too controlling for me. I feel like I didn't have no freedom. I feel like, girl, I couldn't be me. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I feel like I signed up for some shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was signing up for, and I was just doing it because, for one, I seen a lot of people doing it. They had a cadet credit wall in school, girl. I wanted to be put on the wall, and I honestly think I was put on the wall because I stayed long enough to take a picture. I think I was put on the wall. I was like the real small, real private. I was private. I was a real beginner, like at the early stages of the shit, girl. It was like nothing serious, but girl, yeah. You guys have been wanting to hear that story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of like a short story. It wasn't too much of anything. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this story time, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this, if you will, with all your friends, your family, whatever. If you can relate to me, girl, if you were in JROTC, or if you are in JROTC, and if you're a young kid and you're in high school, or if you know what that is, girl, let me know in the comments. Tell me about your experience or whatever the case is, girl. If you got a problem with being told what to do and you're a rebellious ass bitch like myself, because I'm an Aquarius, so I don't like being told what to do, period. Let me know, girl. But yes, I just want to say before I go, thank you guys for 800 subscribers. We are 200 away from 1K. I have something very special for you girls as soon as I make it there. So keep running the numbers up. Keep letting it be known that I am here, bitch, and I am queer, and I'm here to stay, okay? So stay pretty and stay positive, remain beautiful, and if you feel like no one else loves you, just remember that the universe loves you, and I do too. I love you guys so much. Oh, don't forget to follow me on my social media. I'll put it up here somewhere. It'll also be in the description box below. And yeah, girl, peace, babes. I want it back.